If there is one feeling that unites the British public, with a growing number of officials in the EU, it is a burning desire to get Brexit done. And I must tell the House again, in all candour, that whatever letters they may seek to force the government to write, it cannot change my judgment that further delay is pointless, expensive, and deeply corrosive of public trust. And people simply will not understand how politicians can say with one breath that they want delay to avoid no deal, and then with the next breath that they still want delay when a great deal is there to be done.
This deal, Mr. Speaker, would inevitably and absolutely inevitably lead to a Trump trade deal. Mr. Speaker, I also totally understand the frustration and the fatigue across the country and in this House. But we simply cannot vote for a deal that is even worse than the one the House rejected 3 times.
Mr. Speaker, weariness in this House over Brexit should not be an excuse for weakness on Brexit or weakness on the Union. This deal puts Northern Ireland, yes, in the UK Customs Union, but applies de facto all the European Customs Union Code. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Read the detail.
In the name of breadth and equality, having called Mr. Stephen Crabb, I now call Mr. Marcus Fish.
I do agree with that, and it's a point I will develop. And in recognition to the previous Prime Minister, although she said that, I always felt that she had a profound sense of public duty and properly recognised the
He can shake his head because he doesn't like the reality. Mr. Speaker, the dishonesty and the lies of Vote Leave brought the country to vote for Brexit in the first place. And this should be something...
Order, resume your seat. As far as I'm aware, the Right Honourable Gentleman is not currently giving way. And so the Chancellor that he shouldn't stand there portentously as though he has an absolute right to intervene. It might be courteous to allow him to do so, but such an allowance has not yet been made.
I hope the whole House will forgive me if I say that standing here I have a distinct sense of déjà vu.
I know how you feel.
But today's vote is an important... Well, I intend to rebel against all of those who don't want to vote to deliver Brexit.
The ayes to the right, 322. The noes to the left, 306.
Thank you. The best thing for the UK and for the whole of Europe is for us to leave with this new deal on October the 31st. And to anticipate the questions that are coming from the benches opposite, I will not negotiate a delay with the EU. And neither does the law compel me to do so. I will tell our friends and colleagues in the EU exactly what I've told everyone in the last 88 days that I've served as Prime Minister, that further delay would be bad for this country, bad for our European Union, and bad for democracy. So next week, the government will introduce the legislation needed for us to leave the EU with our new deal on October the 31st. And I hope that our European Union colleagues and friends will not be attracted, as benches opposite are, or rather I should say the front bench is, by delay. I don't think that they will be attracted by delay.
I invite him to think very carefully about the remarks he just made about refusing, apparently, to apply for the extension which the EU No. 2 Act requires him to do.
Point of order, Joanna Cherry.
Mr. Speaker,
if members who are leaving the chamber, I understand the disappointment of the honourable and learned lady, but I cannot compel members to remain. I cannot, to coin a phrase, take anybody hostage.